Welcome to the adventure that was the 20th century. So much has happened to transform our lives from the sleepy, village-like existence of the early 1900s to the global community that we live in today. How did it happen? Who made it happen? Let's find out.
Join us as we travel back in time, experiencing the excitement of each decade through its people, places, and songs. We invite you to sit back and enjoy as the 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders of Dora L. Small School proudly present an original musical, Sing and Celebrate the 20th Century.
Our adventure begins at a time of innocence, when life was simple. People loved baseball and ragtime music. Immigrants poured into our country, seeking a new and better life. New was the key word for this first decade. There were new ideas and new inventions. Henry Ford developed the automobile, George Eastman developed the camera, and the Wright brothers built the first airplane. It was an exciting time.
Hello, I am George Eastman. Before I came along, taking pictures was a long, hard process that took a lot of equipment. I figured out a way to make cameras small enough to hold in your hands and a dry film in a roll. These inventions made photography something everyone could afford and enjoy. I named my company the Eastman Kodak Company, after myself, of course. I became very rich, and I gave more than $75 million to charity. Say cheese!
Hello, I am the Statue of Liberty. I was built by the French sculptor Auguste Bartholdi, and I was finished in 1886. Since then, I have welcomed many immigrants into America. If you come to visit me on Ellis Island, you will read this famous sonnet written by Emma Lazarus. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
Hi, Wilbur.
Hi, Wilbur.
What are you doing?
Remembering.
About what?
Well, remember when we published the West Side News and ran the bicycle repair shop?
Oh, yes, and all the stuff we used to build and how we dreamed of flying.
I sure do. I remember that glider we built in 1902. We tested that glider nearly 1,000 times. We sure learned a lot.
And when we built our first propeller plane in 1903.
Oh, she was a beauty. I'll never forget that day in December 1903 when we made our first flight in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina.
Oh, yes, I lasted 12 seconds in the air. That was great.
It sure was. You know what, Wilbur? I hope all of our hard work will help people in the future. Maybe people will use airplanes as a regular transportation.
I don't know, Wilbur. That sure is a big dream.
decade of the 20th century, America fought World War I. It was a time where we needed all our smarts and all our ingenuity to win the war. No one was smarter than Albert Einstein. But it wasn't just smarts that won the war. It was patriotism, love of the country, and teamwork. Valuable lessons learned on America's baseball diamonds came into play on the battlefields. The songs of that day spoke of patriotism and reminded us of the joys of home.
Hello, my name is Albert Einstein. You might know me for my famous equation E equals mc squared. A very, very complicated equation that helps mankind better understand the world around them. You might also know me for my great knowledge in physics. In the 1940s, the dictator of Germany, Adolf Hitler, had a very terrible idea: to kill off other cultures and races, leaving only one master race, his. His main target were the Jewish people. Being Jewish myself, I fled to America. The scientists in America desperately needed a devastating bomb to help end the war. These scientists were very stumped on how to make this weapon, but little did they know it involved my equation E equals mc squared. I almost regretted on helping the scientists make this weapon, but I knew if I did not, the war would be lost, and a greater evil would be spread. I helped the scientists make the bomb, and the war was won. Wait. I have one more thing to say. Even though I wish it was my brain that was remembered, it is my face that is remembered on social commercials. But I say, water is the real drink for you. Thank you.
20s brought excitement. Flappers did wild moves to the Charleston, fantastic achievements like Lindbergh's flight and Babe Ruth's incredible 60 home runs highlighted an era when anything was possible. A fellow named Walt Disney even took 2 mice and made them into heroes. The country was growing fast, and people were moving west, but it all came crashing down in 1929 when the stock market fell.
What do you want to do today?
Let's run to a tree.
Nah. How about a dance?
Yeah, let's join the Flappers.
What a great idea.
Hit it.
Hi, I'm Babe Ruth. I was born George Herman Ruth, February 6, 1895, in Baltimore, Maryland. In 1914, I began my career as a left-handed pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. I was one of the best pitchers in the league, but an even better batter and fielder. So the Red Sox put me in the outfield. From 1920 to 1935, I played outfield for the New York Yankees. In 1927, I hit 60 home runs in 154 games, a record that lasted 34 years. In 1936, I was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Hi, my name is Charles Augustus Lindbergh, and I was the first one to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. I departed from New York City and landed in Paris, France in 1927. My nickname was Lucky Lindy. After I flew across the Atlantic Ocean, I was $2,500 richer. After my flight, my son Charles Augustus Jr. was kidnapped, and he wanted a ransom of $50,000. I paid it, and he was found dead about 3 miles from our home in the woods. I then moved to England and developed the first artificial heart, and then moved to Maui and died at age 72 in 1974.
Hi, Mortimer. My name's not Mortimer, it's Mickey. Oh, that's right. Walt Disney wanted to name you Mortimer, but his wife, Lily, thought Mickey was better. That's right. I like my name, Mickey. It sounds adventurous. Are you sure, adventurous mouse? That's not all. That's not all. That's right, Minnie, and I was the first cartoon character. My first name. Can we start over? Can we start? Okay, go. Hi, Mortimer. My name's not Mortimer, it's Mickey. Oh, that's right. Walt Disney wanted to name you Mortimer, but his wife, Lily, thought Mickey was better. That's right. I like my name, Mickey. It sounds adventurous. Well, you saw Adventurous Mouse. That's right, Minnie. And my first cartoon with sound, even called Steamboat Willie, came out in the 1920s and was an instant hit. You were the first talking cartoon character. Walt Disney himself was a squeaky voice for over 20 years. That's right, and you were my leading lady for over 70.
It was fun working with a big star like you too, Mickey.
Thanks, Minnie. You too. No, that's you. That's not. That's you. Say it.
I think kids still like us today.
Wow, that would make Walt Disney very happy. That's all. Extra, read all about it. Stock market crashes, banks expected to be closed. Extra. Unemployment expected to rise. Read all about it in the Post. Extra. Hey, lady, wait, I need my money.
The 30s began on a low note. The Great Depression caused many people to be out of work. To help people feel better, Hollywood and Broadway turned out movies and shows that filled people with hope. Actresses like Shirley Temple and Judy Garland made people smile. Great baseball players like Joe DiMaggio made them cheer. Adventurers like Amelia Earhart gave them courage.
On the good ship, lollipop, it's a sweet trip to a candy shop where bonbons play. On the sunny beach of Peppermint Bay, lemonade stands everywhere, cracker jack bands fill the air, and there you are, happy landing on a chocolate bar. Big sugar bowls in the Tootsie Roll with a big fat yellow suitcase. If you eat too much, you'll wake with a tummy ache on the good ship. Lollipop, it's a nice trip. Into bed you hop and dream away. On the good ship, lollipop. On the good ship, lollipop, it's a sweet trip to a candy shop where bonbons play. On the sunny beach of Peppermint Bay, lemonade stands everywhere, cracker jack bands fill the air, and there you are, happy landing on a chocolate bar.
Hi, I'm Amelia Earhart, the amazing 30s idol that inspired women around the world. Flying across the Atlantic solo was my major role in American history. The first woman to fly for such a long distance was sure to be famous, and I was. I was on top of the world until I decided to do something everyone said I could not do. Fly around the world equator style. I departed on the Winnie Mae in 1937 with navigator Fred Noonan to fulfill my goal. Unfortunately, I was never seen again. Some people say I crashed somewhere near Howell Island. Others say I was attacked by the Japanese and captured. But there isn't any proof on what really happened. Well, go for your dreams and keep flying.
Hi, I'm Jolton Joe DiMaggio. You may know me as a Yankee Clipper. I played for the New York Yankees in center field, starting in 1936 and ending in 1951. I played in the All-Star game every year I played. I have 3 World Series rings, and I still hold the record for hitting safely in 56 consecutive games.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Who, me? I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy Gale from Kansas.
Well, then is that the witch?
Who, Toto? Toto's my dog.
Well, I'm a little confused. The Munchkin called me because the new witch had just dropped a house on Wicked Witch of the East. And there's the house, and here you are. And I told myself the Wicked Witch of the East. And what the Munchkins want to know, are you a good witch or a bad witch?
But I've already told you, I'm not a witch at all. Witches are old and ugly. What was that?
Munchkins, they're laughing because I'm Glinda, the Witch of the North.
You are? I beg your pardon. But I've never heard of a beautiful witch before.
Only bad witches are ugly.
That must be a bad witch. She's very ugly.
I'm the Wicked Witch of the West. To get my revenge, I'm gonna burn your friend the Scarecrow. I'll get you, my pretty, your little dog too.
Please no. Here's a bucket of water. If I throw it on the Scarecrow, it'll put the fire out.
Oh no, don't throw that water on me. Oh, look what you've done. I'm melting. What a world. Who could a good little girl like you could destroy my beautiful working? Ah!
Sam just told me to go find a place where I wouldn't get into any trouble. Do you suppose there is such a place? There must be. It's not a place you can get to by boat or train. It's far, far away. Behind the moon, beyond the rain. Just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly on the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
The 40s were a time of war. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, our 32nd president, provided strong leadership, and people like Rosie the Riveter inspiration. The Three Stooges kept us laughing during those dark hours, and the Andrews sisters sang songs of our loved ones gone off to war. It was a time of high highs and very low lows.
Hi, I'm Franklin. Hi, I'm Franklin D. Roosevelt, also known as FDR. I was born January 30th, 1882. I went to law school but wasn't a great student, so I turned to a career in politics. When I was 39, I caught the disease known as polio. That's why I'm in a wheelchair today. During my presidency, the Great Depression started, and the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. April 12, 1945, I died posing for a picture when I had this terrible headache in Georgia.
Hello, my name is Roseville Monroe, but you'd probably recognize me as Rosie the Riveter. I showed women that while their husbands, sons, and boyfriends were away at war, we could do their work for them. My friends and I became pilots, built ships and planes, and bloated shells for the men at war. But when the war ended and Johnny came marching home again, we had to struggle to keep our jobs. Some of us did. Some of us were given jobs as stewardesses on the planes we had just learned to fly, while others were sent back home to bake cookies for the kids. So remember, if you use an electric mixer in the kitchen, you can learn to run a drill press. And if you've followed recipes exactly, you can learn to load a shell.
I think we need to spice up this joint a little bit.
Yeah, give us something to forget about the war with.
But wait, girls, what are we gonna do?
Well, I don't know, so don't look at me.
Well, why don't we sing?
You got a good point there.
Well, why don't we sing that song Mom taught us, the one about the bugle boy?
Yeah, but there ain't no bugler in town.
Hey, are you a bugler?
Yep, but I can't hit a note without my bass. You're hired.
Here's one for all you soldiers out there who know how to boogie.
Hit it.
He was a famous trumpet man from my Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was called with a draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's a boogie boogie bugle boy of Company B. He made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. Captain seemed to understand. Because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie boogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a toot, he goes the day to the bar. In boogie rhythm, can't blow a note unless a basic guitar are playing rhythm. He makes a company jump when he plays reveille. He's a boogie boogie bugle boy of Company B. He was a boogie boogie bugle boy of Company B. He makes a company jump to the bar. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Doo-da-da, doo-da-da, doo-doo, he goes the day to the bar. He can blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't without he's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He puts a voice to sleep with Cookie every night and wakes him up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's a boogie boogie bugle boy of Company B. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Hello. Hi, we are the Three Stooges.
We're famous in 20th century because
Of our comedy.
no, you dope. It's slapstick.
Nyah.
No. You're both wrong. It's slapstick comedy.
Pick a hand. See you later.
Ooh.
Let's go swimming.
Okay.
Down in the meadow in the itty bitty pool swam three little fishies and the mama fishy too. Swim, said the mama fishy, swim if you can. And they swam all over the dam. Did water, choo. Did water, choo. Did water, choo. And they swam all over the darn.
D-A-M. We can't say it. It's for children.
Darn!
That's better.
Stop, said the mama fishy, or you'll get lost. The three little fishies didn't want to be lost. The three little fishies went off on a spree, and they swam right out to the sea. Didn't that water chew? Didn't that water chew? Didn't that water chew? And they swam right over the...
Well, Larry,
I'm not gonna say it.
Curly Joe.
Not me.
Hey, he's trying to get us to say damn.
Cut it out, Mo. Darn.
Very good. That's better. Now let's go swim. I want to practice my new breaststroke.
Ooh, I love to do the Australian crawl.
I didn't know Australians could crawl.
They do, you know.
Now, come. We're going swimming.
Ooh, I'm gonna tippy toe in.
Watch it.
Darn. No, damn.
Finger. Be careful, Joey. Be careful of the dead bee-boo.
It gives me a thrill to
We will have a 15-minute intermission. Please visit our bake sale. We also appreciate any donations to help pay for the show. An envelope is included in the program, and there are donation containers in the lobby. Thank you.
General Douglas MacArthur once said, "I shall return." We're glad to see that you all made it back with us. By the time the 50s arrived, World War II had ended, but the Korean War soon flared up. But once the war ended, America settled into developing its unique culture. New things on the scene included the McDonald's cheeseburger, the handsome teen idol, 50s girls with their bobby socks and poodle skirts. Life became fun again. Elvis taught us how to rock, and Abbott and Costello made us laugh and forget all our troubles.
Well, Costello, I'm going to New York with you. The Yankees manager gave me a job as coach for as long as you're on the team.
Look, Abbott, if you're the coach, you must know all the players.
I certainly do.
Well, you know, I've not met the guys, so you'll have to tell me their names. Then I'll know who's playing on the bases.
Oh, I'll tell you their names, but you know, it seems to me that they give these ball players nowadays very peculiar names.
You mean funny names?
Strange names, pet names, like Dizzy Dean,
His brother Daffy,
Daffy Dean,
and their French cousin.
French?
Gouffet.
Gouffet Dean. Well, let's see, we have on the bags. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
I say, who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Are you the manager?
Yes.
You going to be the coach too?
Yes.
And you don't know the fellows' names?
Well, I should.
Well, then who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
First baseman.
Who?
The guy playing...
Who is on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who?
Yes.
Look, if I throw the ball at first base, somebody's got to get it.
Naturally.
Who?
Naturally.
Naturally?
Naturally.
Naturally. So I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
No, you don't. You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
That's different.
That's what I said.
You're not saying it?
I throw the ball naturally.
You throw it to who?
Naturally.
That's it.
That's what I said.
You ask me.
I throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
Now you ask me.
You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
That's it.
Same as you. Same as you. I throw the ball to who? Whoever it is drops the ball and the guy runs to second. Who picks up the ball and throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. I don't know. Throws it back to tomorrow. Triple play. The other guy gets up and hits a long fly up ball to because. Why? I don't know. He's on third and I don't give a darn.
What?
I said I don't give a darn.
Oh, that's a shortstop.
Hi, I am General Douglas MacArthur. I commanded the armed forces in the Pacific during Hi, I'm General Douglas MacArthur. Hi, I am General Douglas MacArthur. I commanded the armed forces in the Pacific during World War II. Before the war, I was stationed in the Philippines. When the war started, the Japanese invaded the Philippines and made me leave. When the press asked me about what happened, I said, I shall return. After the war, when the Allied forces occupied Japan, I was in charge. I helped change Japan from a dictatorship into a democracy.
I also led the United Nations troops during the Korean War. When I returned to the United States, a lot of people called me a hero. And my dad and I were the only father and son who were both awarded the Medal of Honor.
Sorry, folks, no more tickets for tonight's show.
That's so not fair. I so want to go.
Yeah. But for you ladies, I have just a few left.
Yay! Woo! Come on, Be patient. Thanks.
I'd like to thank the guy that made my baby fall in love with me. Who put the bomb in the bomb, the bomb, the bomb? Who put the round in the round, the ding dong? Who put the pop in the pop, shabop, shabop? Who put the dip in the dip, 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 dip? Who was that man? I'd like to shake his hand. He made my baby fall in love with me. When my baby heard bom, 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 every word went right into her heart. And when she heard them singing rama, 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 ding dong, she said we'd never have to part. So who put the bomb in the bomb, the bomb, the bomb? Who put the rhyme in the rama, rama, ding dong? Who put the bop in the bop, shabop, shabop? Who put the dip in the dip, dip, dip? Who was that man? I'd like to shake his hand. He made my baby fall in love with me. Each time that we're alone, boogity, 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 shoot, sets my baby's heart on aglow. And every time we dance to dip, 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 she always says she loves me so. So who put the bop in the bop, the bop, the bop? Who put the rhyme in the rama, rama, ding dong? Who put the bop in the bop, shabop, shabop? Who put the dip in the dip, 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 dip? Who was that man? I'd like to shake his hand. He made my baby fall in love with me. Darling, bomb, 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 bomb. And my honey, rama, rama, ding dong, forever. And when I say dip, 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 you know I mean it from the bottom of my boogity, boogity, boogity shoe.
I'm a cheeseburger, Mighty McDonald's cheeseburger. I came on the scene in 1955 in the Plains, Illinois. I cost just 11 cents. That's right, 11 cents. People loved me and ate a lot of me. In 1979, I started making kids really happy. They got me with some fries, a drink, and a toy. Today, I'm still sold for less than $1 in 28,000 restaurants in 120 countries. There have been over 1 billion burgers eaten since that first bite in 1955. So keep eating me. I'm a cheeseburger, yeah.
go together like ram-a-ram-a-ram-a-ding-a-ding-a-dong. Remember forever as shabba-shabba-wa, yibbity-boo-boo-boo. Change, 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 bop. That's the way it should be. Whoa, yeah. We're one of a kind, like do-do-do-do-do-do-bop-do-do-do. Our names are signs. Boogie-boogie-boogie-boogie, shoot-you-bop-shabba. Change, 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 bop. We'll always be like one. Wow, 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 wow. When we go out at night and stars shining bright up in the skies above, or at high school days where you can find romance, maybe it might be love. Change, 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 bop. For each other, like wop, 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 and blue. Just like my brother, it's yippity-yippity-doo. Change, 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 bop. We'll always be together. Oh, yeah. We'll always be together.
The 60s were a time of questioning. The music of Bob Dylan, Peter, Paul, and Mary, and the Beatles called for a change. A war in Vietnam divided the country. A strong desire for human rights and a cleaner environment became rallying cries for youthful protest. Much was happening. We even had a man walk on the moon. In this strife-filled decade, great leaders like John and Robert Kennedy emerged, only to be cut down before their time by assassins. After the 60s, America would never be quite the same.
Good afternoon, my fellow Americans. My name is John F. Kennedy. I'm in Union. I took pride in leading America in 1961 when I took office in the White House. I'm the youngest person so far ever to be elected into the United States presidency. I was born in 1917 in Brookline, Massachusetts, where my father was also born. My father, Joseph P. Kennedy, was the ambassador to Great Britain from 1937 to 1940. And in 1940, I graduated from Harvard College and joined the Navy a year after that, in 1941. After I had taken office in the White House, abruptly my presidential career ended when I was assassinated in Dallas, Texas on November 22nd, 1963, 3 years after I had been sworn into presidency. At 46 years of age, I was the 4th president to be assassinated and the 8th president to die in office. But when I was being inaugurated, I also gave a very famous speech, which is remembered today for these 2 quotes. We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of the first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
Born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of these human rights, to which this nation has always been committed, and to which we are committed today at home and around the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
Still involved.
Totally, man. I want peace.
Oh man, this is heavy.
Peace, peace, peace. Gotta have peace.
Ruby, man. Love and peace, no war.
Girls pick them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all gone to flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? Must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? How many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? How many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people
by the contents of their character. I have a dream today. Hi, I'm Neil Armstrong. I became a licensed pilot on my 16th birthday. In 1962, I joined the space program. On July 16, 1969, Buzz Aldrin, Mike Collins, and I departed for the moon. It took us 4 days for us to land on the moon after almost a decade of planning. And let no one forget, I took one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. 7, 6, commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2, check ignition, and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Running up its blue, and there's nothing I can do. When the moon is in the 7th house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars, and these will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of
The 70s were a time for healing. The war in Vietnam ended, and people looked for lighter, less serious lifestyles. Disco music burst on the scene, and the Bee Gees became wildly popular. And John Travolta shook it up on the dance floor. Lucy and Company made everyone laugh. The decade of the 70s seemed to be bringing the mood of the country back into balance. There was hopeful optimism for the future. I'm Lucille Ball. I was very popular in the 1970s. I'm going to do a commercial that I did, the only one Ricky ever let me do. And it's quite famous, and I'm a bit rusty on it, but I'll try. Hi, I'm your Vitamin girl. Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular? Well, here's your answer. Vitamin. Let's try that again. Hi, I'm your Vitamin girl. Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular? Well, here's your answer. Vitamin. Let's try that again. Hi, I'm your Vitamin girl. Do you pop out at parties? Are you unpopular? Well, here's your answer. Vitamin.
Lucy, I'm home. Lucy, what's the matter?
I like vitamin.
Ay, caramba, she must be drunk.
Yeah.
My name is Hank Aaron, but they call me the Hammer. I played baseball for the Braves and later was drafted to the Brewers. I broke Babe Ruth's home run record. I got 755 home runs. People didn't like that much because, you see, I was a black man, but I tried not to let their hate bother me. I was so good I appeared in 24 All-Star games and got an MVP award. Later, I was elected into the Hall of Fame, and today I'm one of the best baseball players ever.
We had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but
Russell, we need to get him out of here. Medic!
Me coming over here. Russell, cover us. Take cover.
If there was any one theme that has been consistent throughout this century, it is this. When our nation was in danger, our armed forces rose to the challenge. We can never repay the sacrifices made, but we can remember them. Tonight, as we look back over the achievements of the past century, it is only fitting that we salute the dedication of the men and women that have given so much to keep us free. To the members of the armed forces that are here tonight, we invite you to stand up at this moment and be recognized. Thank you for your service to our country.
Over there, send the word over there. That the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. The drums hum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer. Send the word everywhere. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, to beat our thunder, and boys, give them the gun. Anchors aweigh, my boys, anchors aweigh. Sail on to victory and sing the boats today, Over hill, over dale, as we hit the dusty trail, and the caissons go rolling along. Hear the shout, and the marching right about, and the caissons go rolling along. Keep rolling, and the caissons go rolling along.
Peace and prosperity dominated the 1980s, enabling us to explore new frontiers. Our first female astronaut, Sally Ride, dared to shoot for the stars. A young schoolteacher, Krista McCullough, gave her life in the pursuit of knowledge. In all walks of life, change and exploration flourished. With the end of the Cold War, technology took center stage. Eight-track taps were getting hard to find, replaced by the CD.
Ride, Sally, ride, the crowd shouted as we boarded the Space Shuttle Challenger early one Saturday in June 1983. It was a dream come true for me to be the first American woman in space. I didn't really make up my mind to be an astronaut until I graduated from college and got my PhD in physics. But even as a child, I was very interested in space and the space program. I love sports, too, and was especially good at tennis. Billie Jean King saw me play in 1972 and encouraged me to quit college and become a tennis pro. but I'm glad I chose to stay in school. After 2 flights in space and important research on the future and safety of the space program, I left NASA to teach other men and women to be scientists and engineers. I think our future lies with today's kids and tomorrow's space exploration.
Hi everyone, I'm Chrissy McCall from Concord, New Hampshire, and I'm proud to tell you that I will soon be the first teacher in space. That's right, the first citizen to ever fly a mission aboard Space Shuttle Challenger. And I can't tell you how excited I am. I want to thank my family and students for all their support and encouragement during these months of training I've had. And I would also like to thank President Ronald Reagan for deciding the first citizen in space to be a teacher. I planned all kinds of cool experiments for my students when I'm up there. It will be the ultimate field trip. I hope you'll learn a lot from me because I touch the future I teach.
And I wanted to wish on the Milky Way, that's upon a falling star. I wanted to give myself and free myself, enjoy myself with it all. Given the chance to dream, it can be done. The promise of tomorrow is real. Children of Station Earth, the future belongs to us all. She was flying for me, she was flying for everyone. She was trying to see a brighter day for each and everyone. She gave us her life. She gave us her spirit and all she could be. She was flying for me, they were flying for me. They were flying for everyone. They were trying to see a brighter day for each and everyone. They gave us their life, they gave us their spirit and all they could be. They were flying for me. They were flying for me. They were flying for me. They were flying for me.
Hi, I'm a compact disc. I was first introduced in 1980 by the Philips Sony Company. When I first came out, they sold me and my friends for $15. You know what? It only cost $1 to make me. I can hold up to 74 minutes of music, long enough to hold Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. Can you even remember the time when we didn't listen to CDs? Me neither. Rock on.
the children were not here. 'Cause they're the universal melody, the music of our soul. We hear a symphony of heartbeats when the children say hello. We hear a symphony of heartbeats when the children say be the sound of peace no more. 'Cause it's a sound of people showing we share in one belief. It's the sound of children singing. This is the sound of
By the decade of the 90s, American life had come back to normal, or as normal as American life can be. Trouble spots flared up throughout the world, and once again our country rose to the challenge of confronting tyranny and oppression wherever it reared its ugly head. Desert Storm in the Middle East and the strong stand in Bosnia were but two such challenges we met successfully. When we began this century, life was very simple. The sleepy village existence that we knew then has been forever lost. Computers have changed everything. Today, our complicated world is a global community.
Here come the third graders. All hail. Please sit back and listen to our tale. We learned a lot of the third grade. This is how our curse was made. Back to the song at hand. Multiplying something you now understand. We can add, subtract for 5 minutes or less. When it rains, you still hope to go on recess. Oh no, at lunch I made a mess. There's Mrs. Evans, time to clean up, I guess. As you know, we go to small school. We really think it's kind of cool. K through 2 was one over in Haynes. Conley's the one who knows how to play. Caught rats till the 5th grade 4. When I heard she was leaving, it made me sore. Tell Cootie and Stevens they are the best. We're wondering who will get next. Poor Philip, that's all we know. And next year we'll be the stars of this show. Secretary, she'll find this mouse. Put my name in back files. I've been saving sweet and calm. She helps with the
beat to this song. Did George help us with our arts and crafts? The kid leads pace so gives me the laughs. It's harder than librarians in charge of the books. Why is it when I stream I get dirty looks? Mr. Perfect is charged, that's what we say. Told clothes on Tuesday, now they are red. But let me out from janitors when we keep clean. So excuse us as I step up the scene.
At this point in our show, we want to call attention to one of our teachers, Mrs. Poor, our 5th grade teacher who lived through this entire century. She will be retiring next year. When Mrs. Poor first started teaching, dinosaurs roamed the earth. Just kidding. Teaching was a lot different back then.
Mrs. Poor has seen many changes, and she has always adapted to give her students the best chance to succeed. She has been an inspiration to her students. With sincere respect and appreciation, we dedicate this show to Mrs. Poor and thank her for many years of excellence. We love you, Mrs. Poor. We won't forget you.
again honor the courageous veterans who defended our land and way of life during the wars of the 20th century. Please join the chorus in singing God Bless the USA. This will conclude our performance. We hope you enjoyed Sing and Celebrate the 20th Century. Hope you enjoyed Sing and Celebrate the 20th Century.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Good